We've got another chill night in the van. Let's see if we can't try to get this to fit me and the tree in. I wonder if I can just. Oh, I'm messing it up. There we go. Eee, that's better. Lovely. There we go. Close enough for some chat. Yep, it's a slow Friday night, thankfully, because it's been a busy day. I've been messing with the stove. I've even managed to get myself a bit of a cut. It's not terrible, but there we go. Hey, Sienna, hi. How you doing? And Susanna as well. Hi. We've got two of the family in already. Lovely to have you both. Yeah, my oh, and Sue as well. Hi, Sue. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How are you? How are all three of you? Now that we've got three in. Oh, I've got messages coming through. I best put my no sound thing on. So we're gonna have interruptions, I'm sure. Noah has been in touch. Yeah, to be honest, that hurt a lot when I did that because it looks like just a little cut, but I'm kidding you not, that I didn't cut it. What that was is I had to bend all this stainless steel pipe that I was putting in here because it comes as a coil, but I needed it coiled even tighter, so I had to kind of like manually bend it around, which was hard as anything. But the bit that you can't bend just by hand, even I mean, it was using all my forces to bend the middle parts, and that's got leverage on it because you can kind of like grab around the pipe a bit and bend. But right at the end, there's no leverage. So the only way to do it was to put a adjustable spanner on the end, and essentially use that. And I was kind of like really giving it a lot of force, trying to bend the end of the pipe just right. And all of a sudden, it just slipped off and I went poof of all my force basically, and the little bit of I hate to call it. It's like a little lip at the edge of it, basically, just slammed into there, and it's fairly blunt, but because it was an edge, and I hit it so hard, it literally just tore skin. So it's quite bruised, and it does feel quite sore, but it'll be all right. No, to be fair, it didn't hurt because like my adrenaline was up at the time, and I've put Gemmaline on it now, so it's fine. Hey, Sparker's in as well. Hi, Sparker, and we got Noah as well. Right now. Oh, you wait. I know you're just saying you're from Cornwall. Okay. Oh, because Sue's saying I'm in Cornwall on holiday for Christmas. Nice, Sue. That sounds lovely. I've been to Cornwall. I've been to Noah's parents' place to stay for a while, like many years ago. Gorgeous place, Cornwall. Yeah, I've been to a fair few bits around there. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. You got any plans while you're down there? Sort of any cool events? Are you like seeing family, or is it just like a getaway? What's happening? Um, Sorry to hear you're feeling bad, Susanna. I'll send you big hugs, and hopefully you'll feel a bit better. Jenna said it must be throbbing. Obviously talking about the cut, but I'm guessing the automated mod thought maybe she was talking about something else. Oh dear. Uh, and Kat's in. Hi, Kat. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Well, it's a bit lonely now in the van because Ethan's gone, and I always feel a bit bad on the day when uh, him or like both boys head off to their mums, because then it's back to being solo van lifing. But it's not too bad. I've got Lucas coming around in about an hour and a half, I think, to give me some more wood, and we'll probably hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll do a little bit more chess and he'll hang about. But yeah, it's all very Christmassy in here, so I'm liking that at least. Obviously got my Christmas jumper on, but I'll give you a quick look for any of those of you who haven't seen it. So we've got the tree, obviously. You've got to have a Christmas tree. And then we have, you can't really see them with the lights on that well, but there are actually Christmas lights through this paper chain. If I turn the lights down, you can see them. And we've got like random Christmas stuff. Like I like the heather I've got here. It's like dyed different colours, so we've got some there. There's also some on the windowsill, but I I'm not very fussing about that. If you know, it'd be easier if I just do this. And then you've got more of these little things. We've got these from, I think we've got these from Home Bargains. They've got like little short bread cookies or something in them. And then the boys' stockings with some stocking holders. I quite liked these. I got these from B&M, sort of stocking holders. So they've got a bit of weight to them, but like little hooks, and you can put them on the ledge and they'll hold the stockings. And I figured that's quite good for there, or like when they're in a way. We had them on the TV the other day. Yeah, but that's the Christmassy van. But I'm loving my tree. It was 5 foot to start off with, but we chopped it a little bit because the weight of the angel just weighed it down too much and bent it over. So we cut it a bit shorter so it wouldn't bend over. And then we've got loads of treats under there. Look at all the treats. Gotta have the treats. But yeah, that's it. That's how we've got it all organised at the moment. So I'm just trying to do it so we can see everything. Bit of the tree, bit of me, bit of the stove. Yeah, the stove emergency maintenance was basically the stainless steel pipe in there had finally basically ruptured somehow, had like a tiny little hole, and it was starting to leak water in there, which is why it was a bit weird the other day when it was trying. It was struggling to basically burn and be efficient, and then all of a sudden water started leaking. Like one evening I was like, oh, best turn off the pump and just like get some new pipe ordered. And instead of getting the stuff that was already pre-coiled, I decided to go with stuff that I'd do myself, which I knew was going to be really hard because I've done that before, but I wanted to use 316 steel rather than 304 because it's way more corrosion and heat resistant, so hopefully that'll last better. And also I'm trying a new format, so instead of it sort of circling around, it goes, well, let me show you if anyone's interested in this at all, which I'm sure some of you probably aren't, but I'm just going to talk about the things that are interesting to me today at the moment, and I'm just going to have a chit chat about other stuff once I'm done. But yeah, so you can see, like before I had the cores going around, you can even see now, just up here where the pipes come in, and then they kind of go around the outside of it at the base rather than around above and below. And I'm thinking that this will do two things. It'll reduce the amount of heat that is actually absorbed into the water, allowing the stove to get warmer and warm the main compartment of the van a bit better, because it was taking too much of the heat out, I feel, and it will have less chance of it boiling the water up too much. And so I can run this a bit hotter in order to get more heat into the stove on the very, very cold nights. And the other thing is, this I think will help me contain the fire a little bit and keep it more efficiently burning, because before it was a bit of a hassle having this kind of like sloped, kind of like tubular kind of bottom to basically put it all on. It was a bit annoying, but yeah, that's the stove format. I'm actually going to check the radiator. I just been keeping an eye on it, but yeah, just want to see how hot that's getting. Yeah, so that's like a nice temperature. That's getting up there. If I wanted to get some really hot water in the hot water cylinder, I think I would need to probably crank up that fire and put even more stuff in it. Or I think maybe if I bashed down the embers so that they were kind of like pushing up against the pipework, I think that would work as well. I think that would do a fair bit of work. So I can see I've missed loads of chat. I'm going to try to get onto that, guys. Sorry about that. You know what I'm like, I get chatting and then that's that. Right, let's see. Hey, that's good. We've got a bit of me, but a bit of the fire, bit of that. So let's see if I can scroll back and see what I've missed. I'm going to quickly just scroll back, people. Oh, Cat's driving test on Monday. Whoa. Got the weekend to kind of build into it and get your mindset right. That's all right. That's not bad. Yeah, don't worry, Sue. I'm looking after it. I've got some Gemolene on it, and I'll reapply a couple of times and just let the air like sort of dry it up. But it's not deep. I doubt it's going to get infected. It's literally, because it wasn't like a cut, as I say, it was more like a thump, and it just kind of tore skin a little bit. Right. Oh man, I've missed loads. How far back have I got to go? Right. So Sparker was saying something long. Got a similar cut when trying to roll out a new titanium chimney pipe, because normal people should use gloves, but it said nothing about superhumans, so I took a risk and paid in blood. That's just like me. When I first started working with titanium foil, I wore gloves. Soon realised how little dexterity I had. I thought, it'll be right. And then I don't work with gloves. And every now and then you pay the price in a bit of blood. Same as this. It's like, that's just part and parcel of being, doing a bit of DIY work, really. So let's try and skip through. Yeah, definitely let us know the result, Kat, as soon as you can. Maybe post on your channel or something. That'd be quite cool. If not, you can post in mine. I think I've opened up the community tab so that other people can post on my channel, which I should mention because we've got a lot of other family members in. But if you feel like posting on the channel, go ahead and do it. Just obviously keep it respectful and within taste of what the channel is all about. But yeah, feel free. How are you feeling, though, Kat? Are you feeling confident about it? I imagine you are if you've done the couple of mock tests and with all the extra lessons I guess you must have had between when you were supposed to have this test and now. I'm just trying to scoot up a bit. Wow. Oh yeah, I tell you what, we thought it was eczema, but it wasn't eczema. There were some issues I've had and my ex had in the past, and Henry, bless him, had a little bit of an issue as well. But turns out it wasn't really eczema; it was other stuff that was like issues really. Like for instance, if you have allergies, it can create stuff on your hands where it seems like it's eczema, but it's not. Like so, if you're eating something that you're allergic to, essentially. But yeah, but I know the feeling anyways. You get like the raw sort of skin, and nothing ever wants to heal up 100%. It's awful. Right, I think I've caught up. Brilliant, fantastic. So right, that was a lot of reading and catching up. I'm gonna have just 2 seconds. Oh, yeah, it's been one of them days. It really has. Just like literally, just it was a very slow start, but some nice time with Ethan. And then kind of like the afternoon hits and it's all go go go. I wanted to get the water tank topped up and drop a few bits and pieces off at recycling and stuff like that, and then get Ethan to the right place to drop his mum off, grab a couple of bits from the allotment to help with working on this, and then as soon as I got back, just had to pick up a bit from Screwfix, and then literally get started on this thing, and then yeah, quick bit of food, and then on here with you guys. So I'm just still in kind of like crazy mode. Need a minute just to calm down. Yeah, is that a question for me, Susanna? How is the family? But yeah, the family's all good. There is now talk of Henry going back full time to school. So the plans of him keep changing, just like almost like continuously. But this is kind of like normal for Henry and his mum. Essentially, Henry gets in his mind that he doesn't want to do the current thing because it's not what he wants it to be. So like, and it's like he's not happy with it because it's not fun or whatever. So he decides to go on this like kind of like campaign, if you like, of like explaining why it's not good and what he would like to do better. And then everything changes because his mum sort of listens to him and decides to give him what he wants. And then he doesn't, and then if he gets what he wants, he thinks it's great for a little while, then the novelty wears off and then he doesn't want to do it anymore, so then it's on to convincing his mum to do the next thing. And yeah, he's run through all the kind of options with the homeschooling, to the point where I think now he's decided he'd rather just go back to school. Oh dear, so I think she's gonna have to start looking at like schools in her area. And he may well not come here during the weeks at all now, if she manages to get him in somewhere like early in this next term. I don't know like what the logistics on it will be, but yeah, so that might be a thing. But it's nice to have the time with Ethan anyway. Me and Ethan always get along like a house on fire basically when he's here. So it's been a good week. It's been a nice time spending with him. Admittedly, it'd be nice over the Christmas period to have them both and not have to worry about schoolwork. We'll just kibosh all of that and be like, nah, just have some fun and just do nice sort of father son stuff together, which I'm looking forward to because it gets a bit of aggro trying to get them to do all their schoolwork when it isn't easy homeschooling kids. I recommend it, but only if you've got like an iron will and a strong stomach for arguments and and having to deal with your kids like non-stop. Uh, I'm sorry to hear your day was bad, Susanna. Do you want to tell us about it? I mean, you don't have to, but if you want to tell us, if it was something specific or if you're just feeling down in general. Um, but we're all here to listen if you want to talk. So I'm typing fast and lots today. So that's all right, Kat. You crack on. You crack on. So will Henry and Ethan be back on Thursday in the evening? Yes, that is correct, Kat. They'll be back on Christmas evening. I'm hoping to start the stream before they come back, as I said, and then they'll come back and we'll do a load of Christmassy stuff. So I'll have their stockings filled up with a few bits and pieces. I've got some stuff already, and yeah, I want to get a few more bits and pieces. Ethan has expressed the desire to just have some cash this year, which I'm like, I'll probably throw him a bit of cash, but I want to get a few bits and pieces that they can unwrap. I mean, if they don't have something to unwrap at Christmas, like what on earth? Yeah, that's true about school. Chatting with your friends and all that. I think that's the only good thing about school that you can see when you're younger. You don't look at it and go, "Oh, I need to know all this." You just look at it and go, "Oh, it's the only time I get to spend with my friends." Um, uh, Yeah, that's true. That's true, Kat. But they also like the feel of cash in their hands. Um, so basically, like, because when I said, well, because I just spoke to his mum about it earlier, and she's like, "Oh, just do like a direct debit, couldn't you?" Like, I think she meant just like basically like just a transfer to a bank account. And I was like, "No, I got to give him cash because he wants to hold that in his hand." And Ethan's like, "Yeah, yeah, it's got to be in your hand." Because like I don't get it. Some people just don't understand that. But as a teenage lad, for sure, like just the feeling of a bit of like not cold hard because it's paper, but you a big bit of paper in your hands. Like Henry loves having some notes, and he saves up all his big notes. And I remember the first time he saw a £50 note and he really wanted it, so I changed it up for him so he could have the 50. Because he was like, "Oh, look at that!" So, and because I remember that feeling. I remember my dad used to come home from the building sites and he'd have been paid in cash in his little brown envelope, and he'd have like a pile of 50s in there, and they looked like something special. And back then they were really big as well, when it was actual paper money and not this kind of like fake paper money that we have now. And yeah, that was the whole thing when I was that age. I used to love a £50 note, but because you'd rarely see one. It was like a special thing. So yeah. Um, Savers or spenders, asked Sue. The boys are savers. Definitely fall within the savers category. They have buttloads of money laying around in different places, which I think is why they need a bank account at this point. And then Mum has sorted them out some bank accounts so they can have cards to use. But I don't know why they really need it. I mean, I think they want to spend some stuff on like maybe like Minecraft and Roblox and stuff. Um, but I imagine they'll be pretty frugal with that. They can spend. They don't mind spending, but they do think about it because they have like they're very entrepreneurial. So they used to sell the eggs from my parents when my parents had chickens. All the spare eggs would get sold out the front, and they would like make they would like grow little, I don't know what they're called. They're the things that look like cactuses or cacti or whatever, but they're not actually. There's a name for them. I can't remember, but these little plants would help grow them, and then they'd repot them up, and then they'd sell them out the front. And they used to do things like dig up clay from the riverbeds and repackage it, and or they'd harvest some nuts and stuff and like hazelnuts, and they'd sell those. And they used to just try to like make money in different ways. Or Henry would be off walking dogs. Yeah, and they saved up a lot of money, like loads and loads of money. It's crazy. And I think Ethan's basically got his eyes on getting a Switch 2 at some point that he can basically buy himself. It has been offered to him by some of the relatives to buy it for him for his Christmas present, but he's got a bit of an issue with that. He has been given things in the past as Christmas presents, only be told that he's not allowed to take it to like his like nana's or here because it has to stay there, or if it's his nana's, he can't take it to his grandma and grandpa's or here. And it's like he gets sick and tired of people sending him where he can take his things, and they feel like they've got a right because they gave it to him as a present. And I'm like, whoa, that's not how that works. If you've given it as a present, it's his, and it's his right to say what he does and doesn't do with it. But they kind of like they. This is the problem with my family and the other family, is there's a lot of bad sort of just ways of thinking and doing things. I'm like, why on earth are you telling a lad who you've given it as a gift what he can and cannot do with it? You shouldn't be doing that. Just if you like, it's different if it's like I basically have a tablet which I let the boys use, and they do take that back and forth because it's useful for their schoolwork and they use that for their online lessons. And I would have a right to say no, I want that staying here because it's mine. I pay for it, it's my thing, and I'm just sharing it out. But if I buy something for one of them, it's theirs. I'm like, if you want to take it somewhere, you take it somewhere. Just bear in mind, if it gets busted or lost or whatever, that's your thing. It's your loss. Yeah, but it's such a crazy thing. So he is adamant that he wants to buy one himself and not have somebody buy it for him for this very, very specific reason that he doesn't want people telling him what he can and cannot do with it. And I'm like, I don't blame you, lad. I don't blame you. You go ahead. They're not revoking it. To be fair, Cat. They're just saying that he can't take it elsewhere, and he has to use it there at the house only, sort of thing. And it's a bit like, all right. So let's have a little look. Yeah, that. Do you know? I've just noticed what Kat's saying. Showing your age, Molly. I handled a £5 today, and it's plastic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What I did say about that, it used to be the paper. Yeah, that's right. Um, uh, yeah, that's true as well. A 50 isn't. Not all shops will accept a 50, but there's still a good bit of fun having a £50 note. I mean, most of the big shops do. I've spent them in like Sainsbury's and Aldi's and stuff over the years, but I don't have them that often. To be fair, just they randomly like sometimes I get paid cash for a job if I'm doing like a big job, like a gutter clear or something, and somebody for whatever reason they have a lot of cash and they have it in that. Who are you talking to, Susanna, about not caring? We all care about you. We love you lots. And I think did I miss them? Did I have? I hope I haven't missed anything from you. Did you tell us? No, you're just saying you just feel low. That yeah, all we can do is be here for you. We can't. I know we can't really do anything for you, but you know, if you want to talk about it at all, you go ahead and we'll try. I'll try and listen. Obviously, I've got to talk to everybody though, so bear with me. Noah's back. Yay. I'll catch up with you later now for sure. I'm going to try and keep this not too long today. We'll chat a fair bit because we've got a lot of people in, but yeah, I'll try and get back to you as quick as I can this evening, so I can have a bit of chance to talk with you before I see Lucas. Right, so who I haven't heard from for a little while. Is Sienna still in? I haven't seen Sienna say anything for a little while. It's mostly just Kat and Susanna talking. I see. That's all right. Yeah. So what was I talking about? Oh, let me just check on the stove. Actually, I just noticed that it's not looking that bright, and that might be because it's burnt through some of the bottom stuff. Yeah, just needs a little bit of moving around. Just gonna. There you go. Open up the bottom a bit. Let's see if that gives some flame. It should, but it's all at the back. The front is a little bit blocked up. Let's. Oh, there we go. That's some nice flame. Right, I'm going to quickly check on the radiator. I want to see how warm that's getting now that we've got it cranked a little bit. Um, yeah, it's not as warm as I'd like it to be. I'm going to be honest. That is not doing as well as it did by anywhere, by any margin, really. Yeah, I'm curious about that. I'm not sure if the new format is going to work out. I mean, there's two things that are different. There's less pipe, and I've got it pushed around rather than over and under. I feel like if I really wanted lots of heat, I could probably obviously put more wood in, but I could also have it so it was built either side of the bit of the loop at the back. And I think that might actually have an effect as well. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've got that built up quite well. I've got some decent amount of wood in there at the moment. We'll see after this sort of, I don't know if you call it pass or burn or whatever. We'll see how this fuel goes. When this fuel is basically burnt down to the point where I'm going to add more, if I feel like I want to try it, I might try adding like a couple of logs, one behind and one in front of that, and see how it goes. Is Cat off? I'm going now, Molly. Take care. Good stream as well. See you, Cat. And yeah, you make sure you get plenty of sleep and stay relaxed this weekend. You know, keep yourself calm and chill, ready for your test. Yeah. And well, maybe we'll see you tomorrow or Sunday. But if not, good luck for the test. All right. So I can't remember what we were talking about now. I keep saying, do you know, my mind today is just like I do that thing. I think this. I don't know if this is a spectrum thing or not or whatever, but I do that thing where my brain's like all firing, and all of a sudden I can't think of a single thing. Have I much planned for the weekend? Asked Sue. Good question. I have zero planned at this point. I think I will do a little bit of stuff around the van. Maybe there's a few little jobs I want to do. I might get out for a walk. I feel like I'd like to get out for a bit of a walk. I'm also thinking I need to reach out to Tim. I haven't heard from Tim for a little while. I'm a little bit worried because I haven't seen him streaming on his channel, and I haven't seen a video uploaded, and he hasn't messaged me about editing. And I know that he gets a bit sad around this time of year, just like a lot of us do who are on our own. So I'm thinking I might reach out to him, see if he maybe wants to do something, if not this weekend, maybe next weekend. I'm not sure, because yeah, the boys will be with my parents next weekend, so I'll have them Christmas night, and then we'll all be spending family time together on Boxing Day, and then I'll leave them up theirs in the evening on Boxing Day, and probably come out and do my stream in the van with you guys on the on next Friday night, and then I'll have the weekend to myself. So I'm thinking maybe I can do something with Tim, and that'd be quite nice to maybe see if he wants to get up something, unless he disappears off to Spain or something again. Who knows? Men are from the same factory. I don't know about that. There's some of us that are cut from a different cloth than others, I've got to say. Yeah, there's definitely some stories about some other men that I've heard where I'm like, yeah, that's a different beast to what I am. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that one, Susanna. All right, you take care, Susanna. If you're not back before I go. Cool. Right. So, what about you, Sue? Have you got any plans for the weekend? Yeah, not you're right, Sue. Not everyone finds this time of year easy at all. I think some people hate it, and I can see why. It's that sort of thing. Like people don't like when they have to like you can ignore your situation sometimes. Like in the evenings when I'm on my own, I ain't got much to do. I can feel a fair bit lonely. But then and that's one of the reasons why I decided to start doing the streaming in the evenings, give myself something to do and people to talk to. But it's but it's one of those things like during the day, if we've got stuff going on, like this afternoon, I had no time to stop and think, how do I feel? What's going on? Who's about me? I'm just getting on, getting on, getting on. It's no problem. But at Christmas, it's like you've got to look at that and go, oh, there's nobody to spend the time with, or there's nobody who wants to spend the time of it with you and stuff, or at least make the effort. And you can definitely kind of have that kind of like, I don't know, we call it like a mirror or something, or looking glass, I suppose. Where, but you're kind of like you don't have a chance to kind of just look away from it all and go, oh, this is like, and distract yourself from the situation. So, yeah, I get it. I get it. It's rough. All men are the same. That's not true, Susanna. Not all men are the same. That's like me saying all women are the same. That's not true either. That's if they are, I'm in trouble because I'm not going to be able to find a decent partner in for the rest of my life, I think. But I'm hoping there's some different ones out there, um, and I like to think that I'm different from plenty of other guys out there. I think there's guys who do some nasty things, and yeah, and I think also just bracketing people in by their gender. I think people are people. Every individual is different. Yeah, and you can't box them in. We've got Kit Kat Sin saying that's interesting, but you got that fiver you owe me. I, that's some random stuff going on there. But nice to have you in, Kit Kat. I think it's all about families, and a lot of people are on their own. Yeah, exactly. That's it. But even if you have family, like it can be a bit hard. If you don't get on with them, if they don't necessarily appreciate you, or if you like, because you can be surrounded by people and feel really lonely. Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Just to not feel like you're connected to any of the people around you, and that can be worse than just being on your own, because it's almost like highlighting the fact that, like, from the because again, it's this perspective thing. It's a bit like that whole, like, if you're standing still and somebody goes zooming past you, to them, to you, it looks like they're moving like fast, but to them it looks like you're moving slow. It's like perspective, essentially. Or like if you're standing on a train, and suddenly there's a train next to you, and you can't tell, is that train moving or is us moving? um, and it's and you can't tell which of the two trains is the one moving until you can feel some acceleration or not. um, and yeah, basically, it's a perspective like that. You could be in like, a busy house with a lot of family around, but none of them interacting with you, none of them seem to care, and it will make you feel really lonely, because you're just, it highlights that sense of like, these people don't care. And there's definitely people out there who feel like that, or worse, they'll have like be berated and people treat them poorly. And I've known people, and I know plenty of people where their families will treat them really badly, to the point where, like, they're probably better off not being around them at this time of year than being, but you kind of end up being forced to, because otherwise then you're ostracized for the fact that you didn't turn up for the family Christmas. So you're kind of like, you're forced into like dealing with the people that you don't necessarily want to be around. And I admit, it's a bit like that with me. I get the time with my boys, and no one's giving me too much grief. But my lord, like, my family do not emote properly at all, and don't understand like family values much at all. So it's always a bit of a weird one for me. I don't particularly enjoy going around and doing the whole sort of like seeing all my siblings and my parents that much for that amount of time, just because it just reminds me of all the problems. And yeah, it's and there's people who have way worse situations. That's true. So you can't choose your family. Well, you kind of can. I chose you guys, and you guys are definitely my YouTube family. What's this? All the same, it disgusts men sometimes. What disgusts men? I don't understand what you're talking about, Susanna. Um, well, to be fair, there's plenty of bad guys out there, Susanna, and yeah, and those bad guys, they you could definitely group them in as saying they're a bit the same, because they're all sort of similar motivations. Um, but sometimes, it's just the way it goes. You got a lot of, people aren't even meaning to be bad. They just mistreat you because they don't realize the right way to treat somebody. Have you been hurt by men in the past? You, from what well, I'll let her answer that. Um, but let's face it. I mean, we've all been hurt by somebody, surely, whether it's a man or a woman or whatever, and whether we're men or women. Because, like, I mean, there's definitely men hurting men out there, you know, and there's definitely men hurting women, women hurting men, and all the things. It's more of like a thing of just people sometimes being selfish or thoughtless and things like that. And it's really hard to find quality people out there, I will be honest. I mean, I found you guys, and you guys are solid and lovely, but yeah, finding somebody to date who's solid and lovely is hard work. It is literally the proverbial needle in a haystack, except it's the other way around. It's you're looking for a piece of straw in a big pile of needles, because every time you think you've got one, and it's painful, isn't it? It's like picking up a needle and going, ah, that's not the one, ah, that's not the one, oh no, that's not the one, until you find the actual piece of straw. So it's like the reverse of it, I guess. um, I have no idea who that is, Susanna. Um, but yeah, me showing my complete ignorance of things that happen in the world. I've heard of the name Jeffrey Dahmer, but I have no idea who that, like, what he's known for or anything. So that's over my head. But I'm guessing you guys probably know more than me about that. Oh dear. Right. I think I'm going to call it here, guys, because I want to have enough time to talk to Noah properly. And I'm guessing he's probably hanging about, hoping that I'm going to give him a shout, because, yeah, he needs a little bit of one-on-one friend time. And then, yeah, I need to get on to seeing if I can't message Tim as well and see what he's up to. But, yeah, for those of you who can contact me afterwards, feel free. Otherwise, yeah, this is it. This is done for the night. It's been, oh, he's a serial killer. Ah, that'd be why I've heard of him then. Surely a solid buddy then. But anyway, I'll talk to you all tomorrow. We'll try and do a bit of a longer one, because I'll have a bit more time and I'll be a bit more chill, and we'll start a lot earlier in the day. But for now, thanks all for turning up. Love you all. Have fun.